Welcome to another weekly edition of the Hellraiser vlog with Mickey Helliott. We're jumping from hotels. Last week we were in the Millennium, this week we're in the Park Lane Hotel. Mickey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
We are going to have a chat about all things Hellraiser this week. I'd like to kick off with Dan Woodgate and Waddy Camacho.
That is a fight that is getting a lot of attention. A lot of people want to see how Waddy. I would say it's controversial to start with the way the approach he's had. He's not having a single ticket. He has not spoken or made any kind of communication on
Social media platforms.
Social media. He's not done anything to push the fight at all. To me, that's bad form for boxing generally, because boxing promoters and fighters and everyone should support each other. But also, I understand that this is a competition; it's a business. They lost the purse bids. Goodwin Promotions lost the purse bids after sort of making a big hoo-ha about backing Waddy. They then didn't, and we did back Woodgate. So we got the fight. They don't need to sell any tickets. Obviously, you've seen it's a huge bill. We've got 20 plus fights on there.
Yeah, sold out.
At York Hall. I'm really happy. My first show at York Hall of the year, and it's going to be absolutely banged out. We've got some really good fights, and on the same night we got Waddy. We've also got two undefeated fighters in Tamuka Mucha and Tommy Tier, who's been built up in a lot of Hellraiser shows, boxing each other. That's a good fight. Two unbeaten guys. I mean, with the bookmakers, Mucha's a big favourite. My opinion is probably I lean towards Mucha, but Tommy Tier can beat him. I mean, he has a good night and Mucha has a bad night. Tommy Tier can beat him, so we'll see. He's impressed with Tommy Tier. Got better and better as he's gone along.
And Asinia Byfield, will he be on that?
Asinia
Maybe a southern area?
Who boxed the other week on my Mayfair Sporting Club show. Interesting, Asinia he came to me in the first place with his trainer saying, no, I can't sell tickets, I'd like to be built up. We've got him 8 wins in a year. Most big ticket sellers don't get 8 wins in a year.
No.
He's now going to be fighting for titles, and we've got a whole load of things lined up for him. And one of the things we'd have, and he's from Reading, same as Tamuka Mucha, so Tamuka Mucha wins this, there is no reason why we wouldn't then go maybe and do a show in Reading, big fight, 2 Reading guys boxing each other, who I know that would sell in Reading, it certainly would. And Asinia Byfield has got better and better and better. He's trained by a guy called Craig Piner, and we've organised a lot of sparring with him, and I, whenever I can, I try and help him out, advise him, give him sort of things that maybe will help him progress quicker. But I'd have to put a lot of the credit with his training with Craig, because he's come on and on and on, and he's got better and better. I think boxing regularly is one thing. These guys that fight like 2-3 times a year, by the time they have their second fights, they're having their first fight over again. Asinia is just fit all the time. I can ring him now and say, I've got a fight for you in 3 days. Don't have to sell any tickets, just go and box, and I'm there. And he's won all his fights, he's done his side. He's really impressed me. Very slippery, tricky, unusual, very unusual style, very awkward, difficult to hit. Quite strong, and won his last fight by stoppage. And that's a fight. I think probably on the London Live we would try and put that fight on. Asinia against the winner of Tamuka Mucha against. If they'll take it, they might want to go for an easier option first, and then come. Who knows? But that's what we'd be aiming for.
Big fights on the horizon for Asinia Byfield. If we can just go back quickly to Dan Woodgate and Waddy Camacho, you mentioned Waddy's been quite quiet on social media, he hasn't sold any tickets. Can you go into a bit more depth about that? Why do you think that is? Because I know Waddy's not a quiet bloke.
My honest reason why, I think they're a bit embarrassed that they put themselves in a situation where they've talked about, this, that and the other to Waddy, and then he's fighting as the away fighter.
Are you talking about Steve Goodwin here?
Yeah, I think that he signed with Steve Goodwin under the sort of premise that he was going to sort of really be looked after, and then he's been plunged in. So I think there might be some ill feeling. I texted Steve saying, like, how many tickets do you want for Waddy? And he said, I'll speak to Waddy. And then he texts me back saying he doesn't want 1 ticket. Strikes me as very strange, because the fight's at York Hall in East London, where Waddy is from, and he's not going to have 1 ticket. So I do, and he's a ticket seller. Normally he's been from the start. He's gone as a ticket seller. So there's obviously been a decision. I'm not selling one ticket. You know that maybe stubbornness, maybe the fact that their nose has been pushed out of joint a little bit, but having made all the hoo-ha about looking after Waddy, then Waddy ends up hopefully as the away fighter. And I don't dislike Waddy at all, but obviously I do look after Woodgate as much as I can, and I hope Woodgate beats him.
Of course. Tell me about where the winner of that fight goes in a cruiserweight division domestically that doesn't get a lot of coverage.
Yeah, cruiserweight division has long been quite a strange division. It doesn't have the glamour of the heavyweights, all the money. Most guys that are big enough for cruiser, they go to heavy. You know, they build themselves up because that's where the money is and the big fights. So it's never really been a fashionable. Even David Haye, you know, who came from the cruiserweights, he wasn't really a big name at that time, even though he did very well. You know, won European title, won the world title eventually, and it didn't really kick off for him until he became like, you know, the heavyweight that beat the giant Valuev.
If we can just talk about, you're talking about David Haye there, betting advice. Whoever listened to you a few weeks ago would have made a lot of money.
Yeah,
there seems to be another. You said shortly after that there won't be another bet like that this year. Lo and behold, we have Ben Day and Floyd Moore, which is an interesting.
It is an interesting one. I've managed both of those boxers earlier in their careers, and now boxing each other. Floyd Moore, knock him out. I like Ben Day, he's a friend of mine. I hope he proves me wrong. If he does, I'll be very happy that he proved me wrong. Not that I want anything, I don't want Floyd to get beat, but I think Floyd knocks him out, unfortunately. Not like I say, whoever wins, I just hope the best one wins, and I hope they both come out in one piece and you know, sort of they're okay. But for me, Floyd will stop it. He will stop it.
Well, you heard it here first.
Once again.
On the Hellraiser blogs. Mickey, thank you very much for your time this week, and we'll catch up with you next week.